Speed on the water has always come with a price, and some boats paid it in blood. Today we're diving into 10 speedboats so dangerous, their very designs turned high-performance dreams into nightmares. These weren't just boats that crashed. They were flawed machines that turned every ride into Russian roulette, from hulls that tore themselves apart to luxury vessels that turned visibility into a deadly guessing game. Number 10. The Fountain 42 Lightning. The Fountain 42. Lightning showed both the potential and dangers of tunnel hull design. Built to reduce drag by channeling airflow, it instead generated excessive lift, sending boats airborne at 70+ miles per hour with no way to control the landing. Above 100 miles per hour, the Venturi effect caused alternating lift and suction, leading to violent porpoising between 70 to 85 miles per hour. Boats bounced 6 to 8 feet high, sometimes launching over 100 feet. Once airborne, steering was impossible, and reducing throttle often made recovery worse. Some flipped end over end with 25+ G crashes, often destroying the boat and seriously injuring occupants. The instability could be triggered by small changes in weight, waves, or wind. While experienced racers adapted, casual boaters had no warning. Fountain later redesigned the tunnel and added trim tabs, but early 42 Lightnings remained inherently unsafe, fast and flashy, but suited only for expert offshore racers. Number 9. The Cigarette Top Gun 38. The Cigarette Top Gun 38, powered by a single 1,000+ horsepower turbocharged engine, exposed the dangers of high-powered single-engine speedboats. Unlike twin setups that balance forces, all torque ran through one massive prop, creating severe torque steer, enough to rip the wheel from drivers or cause injuries. At full throttle, especially from a stop, the boat yanked violently to one side. Prop walk worsened control, demanding constant corrections, strength, and skill. Inexperienced drivers often lost control, leading to spins, rollovers, or collisions, especially above 60 miles per hour. In rough seas or crosswinds, the Top Gun 38 was even harder to manage, relying solely on its rudder instead of differential throttles. Some tried fixes like bigger rudders or trim tabs, but the core problem remained: too much power with no balance. The Top Gun 38 became a warning of how extreme single-engine setups could turn deadly. Number 8. The Wellcraft Scarab 38 kV. The Wellcraft Scarab 38 kV was an early experiment in stepped hull design that unintentionally introduced one of high-performance boating's deadliest problems: uncontrollable porpoising. Designed to reduce drag by trapping air pockets beneath the hull, the step design caused violent oscillations at specific speeds, particularly between 65 and 75 miles per hour. While stable at 50 miles per hour and again above 80 miles per hour, the boat became dangerously unstable in this mid-speed range. As speed increased, the bow lifted, reducing water contact and increasing lift until nearly vertical. Then, gravity slammed the bow back down, creating a powerful impact that launched the boat airborne again, often 8 to 10 feet high and over 150 feet forward. These repeated impacts generated brutal forces that caused broken ribs, spinal injuries, or catastrophic structural hull failure. Once porpoising started, it was nearly impossible to stop safely, as reducing throttle often worsened the oscillations, leaving drivers with no safe escape. The porpoising was unpredictable, triggered by slight changes in fuel load, weight distribution, or sea conditions. Owners had to memorize dead zones to avoid disaster, limiting the boat's practical use. Wellcraft eventually redesigned the step geometry and added trim systems for better safety, but early 38 kilovolt models remain notoriously hazardous, especially for inexperienced operators. The combination of high speed and unstable aerodynamics made the Scarab 38 kV a powerful yet dangerous machine. Number 7. The Baja 38 Special. The Baja 38 Special was built for straight-line speed with a narrow 7 feet 6 inches beam on a 38-foot hull, a ratio under 20%. This minimized drag and push speeds over 70 miles per hour, but made the boat dangerously unstable in turns. The narrow beam reduced its righting moment, causing snap rolls and flips in under 2 seconds, unlike wider boats that heal gradually. Naval architects expected this flaw due to the small stability triangle, where centrifugal forces could quickly overpower balance. The risk was highest during emergency maneuvers. Sudden steering at speed often caused violent rollovers with little chance of recovery. Racers adapted with wide, careful turns and caution in rough water. But recreational boaters, unfamiliar with these quirks, often reacted too late, leading to accidents. Attempts at fixes, sponsons, wider transoms, ballast offered limited help. The hull's physics were the real problem. Though fast in a straight line, the Baja 38 Special earned a reputation as a high-risk vessel, requiring expert handling, making it unsafe for casual operators. Number 6. The Cigarette Cafe Racer 42. The Cigarette Cafe Racer 42 is a prime example of style prioritized over safety, with design choices that created serious visibility issues. Its wraparound windshield and raised cabin gave it a sleek, aggressive look, but also massive blind spots that made high-speed operation risky. Thick windshield frames blocked the forward view, while the elevated cabin cut off peripheral vision, preventing drivers from spotting boats, swimmers, or obstacles. At 60+ miles per hour, these flaws became life-threatening, drastically reducing reaction time. The seating position made it worse. Drivers sat low and far back, forced to peer through layers of glass and frame, like a mail slot. Key sightlines were obscured, making it nearly impossible to judge surroundings at speed. Many accidents occurred simply because drivers never saw what they hit, even in daylight. The design made collision courses invisible until it was too late. Though capable of 80+ miles per hour, its poor visibility made it unsafe above 30 miles per hour in crowded waters. Performance and situational awareness were badly mismatched. Some tried fixes, mirrors, extra windows, even periscopes, but none solved the core issue. The Cafe Racer 42 remained a boat that looked fast and impressive, but was inherently dangerous wherever visibility mattered most. Number 5. The Formula 353 FasTech. The Formula 353 FasTech is a stark warning about sacrificing fuel safety for performance. Built to carry over 300 gallons of gasoline for twin big block engines, it prioritized capacity over protection. Fuel tanks were placed dangerously close to engines and exhausts while ventilation was inadequate. Heavy gasoline vapors pooled in the bilge, creating an invisible explosive risk. Fuel lines in high vibration areas loosened over time, allowing leaks that quickly reached ignition levels. Just a small spark could set off disaster. Sources of ignition were everywhere: hot exhausts, wiring, even static. Some blasts were so violent they blew the deck clear off, giving crews no chance to escape. Though later standards improved safety, many early 353 FasTech boats remained deadly without upgrades. A chilling example of how cutting corners on fuel systems can turn speedboats into floating bombs. Number 4. The Donzi 43ZR. The Donzi 43ZR exposed the danger of pairing extreme speed with weak steering. Built to exceed 90 miles per hour, it used hydraulic systems designed for smaller boats, unable to handle the massive water pressure at high speeds. These systems relied on seals and hoses prone to failure. If a line burst, the wheel spun freely, leaving drivers with no control. At 80+ miles per hour, the boat became an unguided missile with no time to recover. Failures often occurred in sharp turns or rough seas, leading to fatal crashes into seawalls, vessels, or shorelines. Crews had little chance once control was lost. Race teams upgraded with dual circuits or mechanical backups, but many recreational owners didn't. Without safeguards, steering failure meant disaster. The Donzi 43ZR proved that extreme speed without reliable control is a recipe for catastrophe. Number 3. The Wellcraft Scarab Thunder. The Wellcraft Scarab Thunder suffered from a critical flaw: transom failure, often causing the boat to sink at speed. The transom had to hold twin 454 big blocks over 2,400 pounds, creating constant stress from vibration, torque, and wave impacts. To cut costs, it was built with weak fiberglass and cores. Over time, cracks let water seep in, weakening the structure until it failed. Early signs like small cracks or engine movement were often ignored, and once visible, the damage was usually beyond repair. The danger was its sudden collapse. At high speed, the transom could tear away, pulling engines into the water and sinking the boat within minutes, leaving crews little time to react. The problem became so common that insurers required inspections. Many owners only realized the issue when trying to sell or insure their boat, finding they owned a high-performance time bomb. The Scarab Thunder remains a reminder that structural integrity, especially in the transom, is essential for safety in offshore performance. Number 2. The Cigarette Top Gun 50. The Cigarette Top Gun 50 showed the extreme dangers of racing boats pushed past human limits. Built for maximum speed, it exceeded 120 miles per hour, with launches over 15 Gs, forces at the edge of physics and human endurance. Its experimental hulls and exotic materials favored performance over safety. Crashes produced impacts of 50+ Gs, far beyond survivable limits, even with safety gear. Mechanical failures were frequent under immense stress, yet many boats ended up in civilian hands, bought by owners unaware of the risks. These boats required expert upkeep, specialized safety gear, and advanced skill. In recreational use, they became lethal traps, seemingly controllable but capable of sudden, fatal accidents. Ironically, their racing pedigree made them seem safe when in fact they were built to win races, not protect occupants. After multiple fatalities, some offshore classes were banned, yet many Top Gun 50s still circulate, floating weapons of mass destruction with deadly consequences. Number 1. The Fountain. 47 Lightning, the Fountain 47. Lightning tops the list of dangerous boats, prompting unprecedented restrictions from maritime authorities. Powered by twin 1,100 horsepower engines in a hull under 8,000 pounds, it boasted a power-to-weight ratio comparable to fighter jets and could accelerate from 0 to 100 miles per hour in under 10 seconds. However, its hull design couldn't withstand the extreme forces generated. A deadly combination of design flaws made the boat nearly uncontrollable. A narrow beam, prone to rollovers, a stepped hull causing violent porpoising, and lightweight construction leading to structural failures. These issues interacted dangerously, making the boat unpredictable and unstable. The fatality rate was alarming, with over a dozen deaths within 3 years. This led to investigations by the Coast Guard and state marine patrols, revealing a consistent pattern of catastrophic design failures. Professional racers called the 47 Lightning uncontrollable and suicidal above 80 miles per hour, with behavior that varied unpredictably depending on conditions. After 3 accidents in 1 month caused 5 deaths, authorities in Florida, California, and New York considered banning the boat, an unprecedented move for a recreational vessel. Fountain discontinued the model and offered buybacks, but many remain in private hands. Today, surviving 47 Lightnings are widely regarded as too dangerous to operate, serving as a grim reminder of the consequences when performance is prioritized over safety in high-speed boat design. These 12 boats represent the dark side of high-performance boating. What happens when engineering ambition exceeds safety common sense? The good news? Modern boat design has learned from these mistakes, incorporating decades of safety improvements that make today's speedboats far safer than their predecessors. Hit that subscribe button for more deep dives into marine stories. We'll see you next time.